Hello everyone, welcome back to IGT course, that is Introduction to Graph Theory. So this was chapter 3 is going on. So 3.1 theory has been done. Today I'll be discussing about exercises. So here some summary, I have summarized this 3.1. What was matching? Matching is the set of independent edges. Okay, in a graph G, perfect matching is a matching that saturates all the vertices of G. Okay, that contains all the vertices. You can just say matching that contains all the vertices as endpoints of edges. Okay, maximum matching is a matching with maximum cardinality, or you can just say maximum size. And there was one condition, that is Hull's condition. This is an XY bigraph, or you can just say a bipartite graph G has a matching that saturates X, that is that has the G has a matching with size cardinality X if and only if this condition, this is the Hull's condition for all S subset of X. Okay, and S is the neighborhood of S. So S is the any subset of X, and here NS is the neighborhood of all the points of from S. Okay, this is the union of neighborhoods. Then we discuss about independence number. Independence number is the maximum size of independent set of vertices in a graph G. Is independence number of this one. This is denoted by alpha G. Correct? So this was denoted by alpha G. And maximum matching size is denoted by alpha dash G. So this was maximum matching. Alpha G was independence number of the graph. Then vertex cover, a set of vertices that contains one endpoint, or you can just say that contains at least one endpoint of every edge. Okay, or you can just say that covers all the edges of G. So that is the vertex cover. This is the set of vertices covering all the edges. Okay, so and here we have we want to find minimum vertex cover. So minimum vertex cover cardinality denoted by minimum vertex cover is with cardinality, minimum cardinality, correct? So it was denoted by beta of G. Okay, so it was beta of G, that is the minimum vertex cover cardinality. Now come to edge cover. Edge cover is the set of edges that covering all the vertices, or you can just say set of edges such that every vertex of G is incident to some edge of this set of edges, that is L. Okay, that covers VG. So like same we did in a vertex cover definition. So edge cover is a set of edges that covers all the vertices. Okay, and we are interested in finding the minimum number of edges that covers all the vertices, that is denoted by that is the minimum edge cover. Okay, and minimum edge cover cardinality is beta dash G, denoted by beta dash G. Okay, so that's all. Alpha dash G, maximum matching cardinality. Alpha G, it was independence number of the graph G, that is the maximum independent set of vertices cardinality. Okay, maximum cardinality of independent set of vertices. Here minimum vertex cover cardinality, minimum edge cover cardinality is beta and beta dash. Okay, so here I have again denoted it. Maximum size of independent set of vertices Z, that is independence number, maximum size of matching. Beta is minimum size of vertex cover, beta dash is minimum size of edge cover. Okay, and for any graph you have one relation between alpha and beta, that is alpha dash, not alpha. You have alpha dash is less than equal to beta. For every graph you have this one, because no vertex from the vertex cover can cover, or you can just say no vertex can cover two edges of the matching. That's why vertex cover, minimum vertex cover cardinality will be at least maximum matching cardinality. Okay, that's why this is happening for all graph G. Okay, for every graph G you have this one. And if G is bipartite, then this is equal. This was the Koenig's theorem, or you can just say minimum maximum theorem. So if G is bipartite, then alpha dash becomes equal to beta. Okay. Now for any graph you have alpha G, we have discussed this one, plus beta G is equal to n, or you can simply say alpha plus beta is equal to n. Okay, alpha is the independence number, beta is the minimum edge cover size, and n is the order. Okay, this is happening for all graph G. Okay, and for a graph G without isolated vertex, that is no isolated vertex present in a graph G, then you have relation between alpha dash, beta dash and n. So alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n. This is for G. Here G with no isolated vertex. Okay, with no isolated vertex. So then this condition is true, and for all G this condition is true. Correct. Next is Koenig's corollary, or you can just say minimum maximum corollary. For a bipartite graph without isolated vertex, you have alpha is equal to beta dash, and earlier we did this one, that is alpha dash for a bipartite graph is equal to beta. Now we will verify this one. We will infer this this statement alpha is equal to beta dash for a bipartite graph. Okay, how? Because it is given as G is bipartite, so alpha dash is equal to beta, and for all graph we have alpha plus beta is equal to n. Correct. And as G has no isolated vertex, so it is also equal to n is equal to alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n. So n is same in both, so we can compare alpha dash plus beta dash with alpha and beta. So it will be as this one. So as G is bipartite, so we can replace alpha dash with the beta. So it will be equal to alpha plus beta is equal to beta plus beta dash. Correct. I have replaced by this. Okay. So this cancel, alpha is equal to beta dash. The required result we got. Okay. So for bipartite graph you have alpha dash is equal to beta, but for a bipartite graph without isolated vertex you can just say alpha is equal to beta dash. Okay, and where alphas and betas are these one. Okay, so this was summary about 3.1. Now come to exercises. Here you need to find the maximum matching in each of these following graphs. So in all these three graphs are given. You need to find the maximum matching. Okay, and prove that this is the maximum matching by using the optimal solution, and you have to also explain why this proves that this is the this matching is the optimal. Okay, that is this is the optimal solution for this one. Okay, so this was the graph given, and here first I know that for any graph we have one relation between maximum matching and minimum vertex cover, that is, and these all are the bipartite graph. So for bipartite graph, for every graph you have alpha dash is less than equal to beta. Correct. And for a bipartite graph it is alpha dash is equal to beta. So this is the Koenig's theorem. Okay, minimum maximum theorem. So we will be using this to show that the matching we got, that is the maximum matching. Okay, so first I am calculating all the this is beta and alpha dash. Okay, beta and alpha dash, then I'll check whether they are equal or not. If equal, then we are done. Correct. So maximum matching in this graph, you can take maximum matching is means to say maximum independent edges. So first this one, or you can just take first minimum vertex cover. So I'm just taking first that vertex that is covering most of the edges. So C, W, and then D, all edges are covered. This one, this one, this one, this one, done, and this one, this one, this one, this one, done, this one, this one, this one, done. Yeah, we have covered all the edges of this graph by these three vertices, that is C, D and W. C, D, W. Okay, so here this is the minimum vertex cover. Okay, this minimum vertices need to cover all the edges are C, D and W. Okay, so this is the minimum vertex cover. What is the cardinality here? 3 vertices are there, so 3 is the minimum vertex cover cardinality, or you can just say beta. So for this graph beta we got 3. As this is bipartite graph, so maximum matching should also get, we should also get 3. So and how we get maximum matching? So take all the vertices that are present in vertex, minimum vertex cover we have taken. So take all the vertices of the minimum vertex cover and take one edge incident with each vertex of the vertex cover. Okay, because one vertex cannot cover two edges of the matching. That's why there will be only one edge incident to every vertex. Okay, so this one is with C, this one is with D. Anything you can just take. If you don't want to take this one, then you can take this one, this one, this one, or this one you can take, this right below, dy, and you can also take WA. This is also maximum matching. So all the maximum matching will be having cardinality 3, that is the with maximum cardinality, and if one maximum matching has cardinality 3, then all should have cardinality 3, correct? So here we got maximum matching size is alpha dash, we know. So alpha dash we got is 3 and beta we got as 3, and we have, this is the bipartite graph. So this particular matching is maximum matching. Okay, because maximum matching cannot be greater than beta, so it is less than equal to this one, 3. So 3 less than equal to 3, we are done. Okay, same way we will be applying with second part. You can first take out minimum vertices. So minimum vertex cover. Okay, that covers all the edges. So D I will be taking, then W, then V, and these cover all the edges. So D covers DU, this one, and this one, and this is covered by these two, and rest are covered by B. So here minimum vertex cover is D, V, W. Okay, so this is the minimum vertex cover, and here take one edge incident to every vertex of the vertex cover of the minimum vertex cover, then you will be getting a matching. Okay, and here we got beta is the minimum vertex cover, that is 3, and maximum matching can be less than equal to this one, and this is the bipartite graph. So here we will be getting equal, and here is the maximum matching, we have colored it, correct? So that's it, 3 we are getting, and 3 beta, 3 alpha dash. So that's why this is the maximum matching. Okay, because maximum matching, no matching no matching cardinality cannot exceed, no matching cardinality can exceed beta. Okay, now here find the minimum vertex cover. So minimum vertex cover, first X is covering Y, that is X covering most of the edges, here V covering most of the edges, here D and B. So all the edges are being covered. You can see it how. Let me zoom it. Yeah. So here this one X, V we have chosen, D and B. So X is covering XA, XB, XC, XD, all the edges which are incident with X, correct? So that is covering by X. And here V is covering VE, VD, VC, VB and VA. Okay. Now B is covering this one again, this one and this one already covered. And D is covering, DY is left, correct? So D is covering this one. So, and this one already covered, the earlier already covered, and this one. So here we are getting the minimum vertex cover, that is B, D, X, V. These vertices are covering all the edges, okay? And here corresponding to every vertex of minimum vertex cover, you will be taking one edge incident with every this one. So dy I have taken, cx we have taken, ub and va or av. So what is the cardinality? Cardinality is 4, that is the alpha dash. So cardinality of this matching is 4 and we are getting beta is 4, and maximum matching cardinality can be less than equal to beta, that is we are getting 4. So that is this shows that alpha dash is equal to 4. It cannot exceed beta, correct? And if you don't want these edges, then you can also consider UB, then VC, and then you can take it as XE and D with Y. Okay, this is also forming a maximum matching, but cardinality will be always 4. Okay, because alpha dash should be equal to less than equal to beta, and beta we got 4, and here one matching we have shown that this is with 4 cardinality exists, correct? So obviously it will be maximum matching because this can't exceed beta. Okay, so this is all about question number 1. Now come to question number 4. So here for each of alpha dash, beta dash, characterize the simple graphs for which the value of parameter is 1. So you need to find all the graphs for which these all values have, these parameters have value 1. Okay, so alpha is equal to 1 when it is that is the independence number 1. Independence number 1 is equal to that is independence number alpha j is equal to 1 in all those graphs where you have only one independent vertices. Whenever you have another vertices, that will be depending on this one. So this is happening only in case of Kn, because every two vertices are adjacent. So if you will be taking one, then it's fine, otherwise no other vertex will be independent from the initially chosen vertex. Okay, so that's why alpha is 1 if and only if g is equal to Kn. Okay, so graph have to be complete graph, okay, of order n. Okay, alpha dash 1 means to say maximum matching cardinality is 1. So maximum matching cardinality is 1 means to say you have C3 we have discussed, means to say we have only one edge which is independent maximum, no other edge. So C3, obviously in C3 we have only one edge we can choose, that is the independent, both are depending on this one. Or you can just take the disconnected graph with some isolated vertices, correct? C3 with isolated vertex. So here you will be having, you can take only C3 or C3 with isolated vertices. So here alpha dash will be 1. Or if you are you have done star, that is the non-trivial star k1n minus 1, so that is k1n, or you can just write k1n minus 1 if your order is n. Okay, so here if order is n plus 1, then you can write k1n. Okay, now star is k11 is this one. So here alpha dash is 1, so here you have one edge and that is independent. Okay, now k12, so k12, this is 1 and these are 2. Okay, so here you can just take one edge, another is depending on this one. So alpha dash is 1, correct. k13 again the same as you can pick up, other edges are adjacent with this one, correct. Next is k14 and so on up to k1n and union with some isolated vertex also you can take. In those also you, as you are just choosing the edges, so doesn't this union with isolated vertices doesn't affect this alpha dash g number of edges, correct. So it will be alpha dash is 1 is if g is non-trivial star added with some isolated vertex. You can add it or not, doesn't matter, or g may be C3 added with isolated vertex. Okay, so now we want beta g, that is the minimum vertex cover is 1. So minimum vertex cover is 1 means to say minimum one vertex is required to is needed to cover all the edges. Okay, so for example this vertex is covering here all the edges, correct. So here this is the vertex where you have chosen, this is covering all the edges. Okay, and if you take this union with some isolated vertex, and that also one vertex will cover all the edges because we want to cover all the edges, correct. So the vertices, the set of vertices which cover all the edges, that is the minimum, that is the vertex cover, and minimum cardinality, a set with such set with minimum cardinality is known as minimum vertex cover. So here we are getting whenever you have a non-trivial star plus added some isolated vertex, you can say, then we will be having always this middle vertex. Okay, so always this middle vertex will be working. Okay, so beta is equal to 1 if and only if you have g is non-trivial star plus isolated vertex. Okay, now beta dash is 1. Beta dash is 1 means to say edge cover 1. So one edge, and one edge can cover only 2 vertices, that we already know, correct. One edge can cover 2 vertices, that is its endpoints. So what is the possibility of this graph is only k2, one vertex, one edge with 2 vertices. So this is the k2. Now we have just taken these as 1 and proved that this should be equal to this one. And you can do this conversely, that is if g is equal to k2, then you will be getting beta as g is 1, and same way you can consider g as non-trivial star added some isolated vertex, so then you will be getting minimum vertex cover is 1 and so on. So you can verify it. Okay, that's it. So now you can directly use these results. So whenever g is kn, you can use alpha dash is 1. When is g is non-trivial star added with isolated vertices, then alpha dash is 1. Or you can just say g can be C3 with some isolated vertices, then also we are getting alpha dash is 1. Okay, so here g is not, and when g is non-trivial star k1n added with some isolated vertex, we are getting edge cover is 1. Okay, and when g is k2, then this is the vertex cover. I forgot to mention this beta g is vertex cover. Okay, that is the minimum vertices cover needed to cover all the edges. Okay, and edge cover is minimum edge cover is minimum number of edges that covers all the vertices, and if you are getting this one, then you will be getting one only. Okay, so that's it. Now you can take let T be a tree with this is question number 6, 3.1.6. So let T be a tree. Tree is given with an n vertices, and let K be the maximum size of an independent set in T. That is, the K is given as maximum size of an independent set in T. Means to say, independence number of the graph is of the tree is given. Alpha T is given. That is the independence number. That is K. Okay. Determine alpha dash T. That is the maximum matching cardinality in T in terms of n and k. N is the order of this tree. Okay, so here given is n order, this done, and alpha, that is the independence number is given, that is the maximum size of independent set in tree. So n of T is the order, alpha of T is the independence number of tree T, so here it is given as K. Okay, now for every graph you need to determine this alpha dash T. No? So for every graph you know that alpha plus beta is equal to n. Correct. So alpha is what? K plus beta is equal to n. So what you got? Beta is equal to n minus k. Okay. So for every graph you know this one. Correct. From here you got beta is equal to n minus k. Okay. Now beta you got. You want alpha dash. Correct. And how can we get alpha dash from beta? Alpha dash is equal to beta in case of bipartite graph. Correct. And T is tree. And every tree we know that it is bipartite graph with at least 2 order. Correct. So here it will be equal to n minus k. Okay. So here I explained T is tree, and in the order of tree, alpha T is given. For any graph we have alpha plus beta is equal to n. So alpha is given as k, so it will be beta is equal to n minus k. So as T is bipartite, then by using Koning's theorem, or you can just say minimum maximum theorem, we get alpha dash T is equal to beta T. Correct. So here beta T we are getting n minus k. That's why alpha dash T we are getting n minus k. Okay. And alpha dash is asked. Correct. So this will be n minus k. Okay. Now come to question number 7. This is prove that a graph G is bipartite if and only if alpha h is equal to beta dash h for all h, for all subgraph of G, you can just say for all h subgraph of G with no isolated vertices. Okay. So for a graph G is you have to determine whether prove that G is a bipartite if and only if alpha is equal to beta dash for all subgraph of G with no isolated vertex. Okay. Now you can consider we have to prove its sufficiency and necessary. So first necessary condition, G is given as bipartite, and you have to show that for every subgraph of G you have alpha dash is equal to beta dash, and this H is with no isolated vertex. Okay. So consider this G graph is bipartite. We have just taken this one. So all the subgraph of a bipartite graph are bipartite. Correct. So all the subgraphs. So that's why H is bipartite. Correct. For all subgraphs. That is obvious condition. For a bipartite graph without isolated vertex, we have Koning's corollary, that is alpha is equal to beta dash. Correct. For a bipartite graph we have, and without isolated vertex we have corollary 3.1.24 I think. Yeah. That is this condition, and H is bipartite without isolated vertex, so this is true for H as well. So H was arbitrary, so this is happening for all the subgraph of G with no isolated vertex. Okay, now this is done. And what about reverse? That is the sufficiency condition. This is given that alpha H is equal to beta dash H for all subgraph H of G with no isolated vertex. This is given. You need to prove G is bipartite. Okay, so we want to prove G is bipartite. Suppose G is not bipartite. I am proving by contradiction. Okay, so here this is given. G is bipartite. If not, that is, suppose G is not bipartite, then G contains some odd cycle. Correct? So if G is not bipartite, then G must contain some odd cycle as a subgraph. Correct? So if odd cycle is there as a subgraph, that is, if C is the odd cycle and this is present in G and this is odd cycle. Correct? And obviously this cycle has no isolated vertex. Correct? So this is this condition is satisfied for this one. Correct? And for odd cycles we have beta dash is equal to alpha plus 1. So for this cycle beta dash C is equal to alpha dash C plus 1. Okay, so here G is not bipartite, G contains some odd cycle, and for every odd cycle we have just done that beta dash will be equal to alpha plus 1. Okay, this is edge cover is minimum edge cover cardinality is equal to, or you can just say minimum alpha plus 1, or you can just say independence number plus 1, or minimum edge cover cardinality is greater than independence number. Okay, so here this was the subgraph without isolated vertex, and what we got, beta dash is equal to alpha plus 1. But as this is the subgraph of G without isolated vertex, so alpha dash should be equal to beta dash. Here it should be beta dash. So alpha is equal to beta dash for all C. Okay, for all the subgraph C. This is given, so this is happening for C as well, because C is the subgraph of G. Okay, this means we have got some contradiction. This should be equal to, beta dash should be equal to alpha, but we are getting alpha plus 1 because of odd cycle. Means to say this odd cycle should not be present there for this condition to be true. Correct? So whatever we have assumed is wrong. So we have assumed that G is not bipartite. Means to say this condition is not true. This condition is not true means G should be bipartite. Correct? So G is the bipartite graph. So here again what we have proved, we have proved that a graph G is bipartite if and only if alpha H is equal to beta dash H for all H subgraph of G without isolated vertices. Okay, yeah, and one example is left, that is for for the graph, this graph is given, find beta dash alpha dash. So for this graph n is 13, that is the 13 order graph is this one. So minimum vertex cover is given by these vertices. These vertices are covering all the edges of this graph. So here A, B, C, D, E. This is the minimum vertex cover. Maximum independent set is given by vertex number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. Okay, the remaining vertices except this minimum vertex cover, that will give you independent set. Okay, and cardinality of this independent set is 8, and cardinality of minimum vertex cover is 5. So 5 plus 8, for every graph we have alpha plus beta is equal to n. So minimum vertex cover is beta, that is 5, and here we have maximum independent set cardinal T is 8. So 8 plus 5 is 13 and we got 13, correct? So means to say we are correct. Now you need to find out maximum matching as well. So maximum matching I have just drawn here. So here you can just consider maximum matching is, take this C5 part, out of C5 part this edge will be working, then you can take this one, this edge, this one edge, this one edge, this one edge. So E1, E2, E3, E4, these are the maximum matching, no other matching, because all other are depending on this, or you can just say have some common endpoints with these edges. Okay, so that's why this becomes the maximum matching. Okay, minimum edge cover is the remaining edges. Let me do it again. The minimum edge cover is the edges which covering all the vertices. So here you can take these two edges, then this one covering this edge, these two vertices covered. Now for these two vertices, these end vertices, you need two edges, correct? Then this is being covered, this one covered two vertices. Now you can take this as E5, and what about this vertex? Now you need to take either this as or E3. So here I have just taken E3, doesn't matter, you can choose the other edge also. Okay, so E1, E2, E3 and E4 up to so on up to 9. So how many edges? 9. So this is the minimum edge cover. So minimum edge cover cardinality is coming as 9 and maximum matching cardinality is coming as 4. So and this is the graph without isolated vertex. So it should be also matched that alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n, correct? So here alpha dash is coming as 4 and beta dash, that is the edge cover, minimum edge cover cardinality is 9. So it will be 13. And we got this as 13, correct? So means we are correct. Okay, we have done this. Now it's your exercise that you need to find alpha, beta, alpha dash, beta dash for well-known graphs that is G is equal to Cn, Pn, Kn, or you can also take this as KRS, Km, N, or a complete bipartite graph with first partite set have cardinality R and another partite set has cardinality S. Okay, and if you are interested about finding more, then you can consider more well-known graphs, okay, like Petersson graph and all that. Okay, cubic graph, that is QK, that is the cube in k dimension and so on. Okay, wheel you can just take, and for all that you can find all these parameters in general. So how you will form this one? So you will be forming a table. Okay, so here you can just write G, whatever Pn, Cn and Kn. Here you can just write alpha, here beta dash, alpha dash and beta dash. Okay, just form the table for all these graphs and you will be done. Okay, so this is your exercise for this one. Okay, so that's it for 3.1. in next lecture I will be discussing about 3.3 because 3.2 is not in your lesson plan, that's why I'll not discuss that. So 3.3 I'll meet you in next lecture. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. So we have discussed all the exercises, correct, and 3.1 is complete. I hope you liked it. This was lecture number 24, I think 25, yeah, 25. Bye, take care.